Alrighty. Everything looks good. For once, let's do a different map than Tanglewood. Because like Tanglewood is my comfort map, if that makes sense. It's a little too easy. I think that's a possible issue. Hey Neptunes, how are you? Now the auto's back. Escape behind motion sensor and 25%. Okay. Where's the fuse box? Basement. Wonderful. Favorite place. Really good. And just had one hell of a bussin' waffle. We like ourselves some good waffles. Where's the fuse box? There it is. There we are. Also, instead of grabbing the EMF reader, I should be grabbing the thermometer instead. Hey, Toink, how are you? It's so bright. Aren't we this bright? Yeah, it's just bright. Okay. Maybe there's just something different. Oh. Huh? Where are you? Are you in the kitchen, or...? Yeah, you're in the kitchen. Got freezing temps. Pray you're not a demon. That would suck. Ah, Ouija board. That's nice. You're at a very loud party. No, that just means I have to be louder. Right? That's how that works? Pretty sure it is. I'm gonna put your shade. Just right off the bat. Just gonna assume it's the shade. Horror game with comfy music. Truly no better combo. Try and lure the ghost out? No. I am not skilled enough for hunts yet. Maybe someday, but not yet. Don't think there's dots. Or ghost orbs, not dots. I'm gonna go ahead and grab another book and a crucifix. Offer a candy to get near your white man. Ooh. That is an option. Interesting. I just realized something. I'm gonna add TT as well. Yeah. And then... Nope, still doesn't work. Okay, whatever. Bench, I see you in the stage. Don't be trying to hide from me. You have another book to draw in. Skedaddling. This is looking like a shade. Ah. Need to get the thingy prints. Because that'll tell me if it's a demon or not.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ah, there you are. Hello. Gonna go ahead and turn down my music some. How are you today, Bench?
Alright, I'm alright. Taking a defensive driving course is boring as shit.
Defensive?
Yeah. Oh, you don't know, Lunar.
I do not know.
I got a speeding. No, you do know, because I contacted you like 5 minutes later. I got a speeding ticket, remember?
Oh yeah, because the dick officer. I remember now.
He wasn't a dick. He knocked it off from going a 55 and a 35 to a 45 and a 35.
He still gave out that ticket.
Yeah, I know. Most people would give like a warning there, but whatever. But it was so boring, I almost fell asleep. Actually, I think I did kind of fall asleep. Because it's like just watching a 5-hour video with questions in between.
Are you here? Where are you? Alright, I need to turn off the light. Yeah. Are you here? Are you friendly?
What's the ghost?
What's your name? Do I need to grab a knife? Grab the shit out of the last ghost with the knife.
What do you got there? A knife!
No! Okay, I'm gonna guess it's fingerprints since they're demon. Just need to wait for it though.
Oh, I have a picture to send you.
Uh-ho.
I caught B making the most stupidest of faces.
Thanks for the good luck, Tony. I appreciate it. Such a draws, I use a UV light as a flashlight instead of the actual flashlight. Oh my. Why are you walking through the wall? You're not gonna get anything.
Because it's funny.
You know what?
Going
Good point.
through the walls, that's part of being incorporeal.
Fair point.
He wants to be Danny Phantom. He wants to go ghost.
See you, Tony. Thanks for stopping by.
But apparently, that thing's been making a comeback, Danny Phantom.
How's it now?
Apparently, yeah.
Interesting.
That, or it's just been popping up on my feed a lot more.
No, I've gotten it a time or two. It wasn't for anything relevant, but it's been there.
No, it's just like funny skits and stuff.
Yeah.
I'm working on that, the story idea in my head.
This bitch really likes turning off the fuse box.
How dare they?
You have to go all the way downstairs to turn it back on.
Better than like when like my AC and stuff would turn off in the middle of like summer. I had to go to the side of the house and put it back on.
Oh. Mhm.
Oh, we got another tent.
Another tent. I didn't know you had
Yeah,
one
so
tent to begin with.
well, okay, so after the one that not that kind of tent. I broke the last. I mean, I kind of blame others for that as well. Um, but no, you know how we have like, you know, tent number 19 and 74 and 30 and 91 and 80
Mhm.
and 13?
Yeah.
Well, we now have one. It's not from the burger place.
Oh, the Waterburger tents. Oh my goodness.
No, but this one's not from Whataburger. This one's special.
Who did you steal from this time?
It wasn't me.
Yeah.
It was not me this time that stole.
Mm-hmm.
Culver's?
Culver's.
Heard of Culver's?
Holy cow, it's been a hot minute since
Yeah.
I've heard of Culver's. That used to be my favorite ice cream. Not ice cream. What's it called? Whatever. Yeah. I know of Culver's. It used to be my favorite place.
Yeah. So, the parentals nicked it because they forgot to grab one. So they went yoink.
Oh my god.
It's number 15.
Okay, that is a good number, but
That is a great number.
where is this bone?
Gone.
Yeah, apparently. This is a lousy bathroom. Goodness gracious.
How lousy. I can't see, so you don't have to describe it to me.
It was, ooh, I could barely fit inside it.
Oh, is it like a half bath where there's only a toilet and a sink?
Excuse me. Yeah, it was like my, you enter the bathroom, there's a sink immediately in front of you, and then there's like 4 feet for you to walk by and sit on the toilet.
Oh, so it's a half bath. There's no bathtub or shower.
No.
Yeah, we had one. There wasn't a lot of space there either, remember? It was where the cupboard under the stairs was supposed to go.
This vaguely sounds familiar.
And Creekside.
Oh, yeah.
The cupboard under the stairs was not in fact a bedroom, but a bathroom. No Harry Potter reference for us.
Huh. Hey, Joe. Welcome in.
Hello.
Currently searching for the bone.
You'll never find it. I hid it.
Oh, there it is. Was in front of me the entire time. Cool. Goodness.
Oh,
Oh, such a
Lunar,
good boy. Hmm?
did you hear about the latest Last Life series going on right now?
Last Life. This sounds familiar.
It's the whole typically they have like a 3 life system, but each season they have a new gimmick. This is like season 4.
Okay.
It's got like Grand, Solidarity Gaming, Smallish Beans, Tango, Etho, Potential
Major.
Star. It's
The one with
got
the bad boys?
yeah, it's got like a bunch of people. Well, this time's gimmick is they have 24 hours to live.
Oh, yeah. I've been watching it.
And dude,
Dude.
you see when these come on, I was when these first started, I was only really a Smallish Beans watcher, and so he will always have a part of my heart. So I am full on Team Bad Boys,
Started watching
and
it
I
because of
love that
Green.
Boys Fred.
Candle, motion sensor, EMF. Cool, I can get all those. Anywho, yeah. So I gotta say, the way how they're, excuse me, it's like there's something stuck at the back of my throat. I don't want to cough and hack up a lung.
You're good.
You were watching Green a few seconds ago? Isn't that interesting, Han? Welcome in. I need to look for the fuse box.
Han.
Anywho, the way how they're killing everyone is like really creative, and it's very interesting to watch. One more time.
But they do have the boogeyman stuff, so they got to get creative, which is really cool. But I really like the you know, it's gonna get down to only a certain few people, and that last person who's there is gonna watch their timers set out. Like that's gonna be sad. Like that. Like we have people on one side of the people watching, like, oh, this is gonna be depressing, and then the other half of people are like, it's like watching toddlers play at a playground. Like if you look at what each group is doing, it's like, oh, they're toddlers.
What the heck? I'm getting low temps all around. This is extremely low. Like, ghost room low. So, is the ghost just everywhere in the house, or am I gonna get freezing
The
temps?
ghost is the house.
Went from the house is haunted to the house is haunting. I don't know. Oh, there you are. Glad it threw something. Does that count as an interaction? Probably does. Photos, interaction, 3-star. Nice.
Sweet.
Okay. So I know you're in the kitchen, or kitchen area. That's enough for me to set up shop.
Good. You ready for a fact about the sheep?
Yes. What you got?
So sheep look like clouds with legs, right?
Mm-hmm.
So who's to say when we're not looking that they're actually, you know, upside down and in the sky?
I'm not saying that you're wrong, but I'm not gonna say you're right.
Because I'm not wrong. Because I'm not wrong. I'm not wrong.
Not seeing dots. Oh, it's Splatfest right now. Is it on?
Maybe.
Yeah, it started 3 hours ago. Nice. Let's see, candle and motion sensor. Splatoon wants to kick you out of the lobby. Oh no.
Oh, but not bad. Right. You know, I really, really want to rant about Moulin Rouge to you, Lunar. Because I
Yeah?
haven't had the chance to do it to somebody yet.
Alright, do it. What you got?
Okay, so it started at 7:30, and we arrived at like 6 because we're punctual like that.
Mm-hmm.
We're walking in and everything, and it's very nice, very pretty. They got a nice big board that says like who's on the cast and who's on the crew, and we go in and they're selling merch, and we're like, you know, we gotta hit that merch store. We should probably do that first. So I got me a CD of the Broadway recording, and I also got a hat that has the name on it. On the back has the Bohemian lifestyle ideas. We got shot glasses that
Ooh.
each one says something. Truth, freedom, beauty, and love, which again, Bohemian ideals. We love that. And then we got a bag that says, yes, we can, because the Moulin Rouge was a place where the can was very popular. If you don't know what the can is, I'm going to tell you right now. The can was a very big dance where women would get in a line and do the kick line. You know, that really fancy kick line where they're like, you know, knee up and then a whole leg up to like basically their head and everything. And it like their dress kind of flies up and it shows their underwear and stuff.
Yeah.
That's the can dance. The significance of the can dance is like when it was at places like that, such as the Moulin Rouge and stuff, the underwear at the time was designed differently from ours. So when they were doing that dance, it showed everything.
Oh no.
So they did not keep it historically accurate. Don't worry, I didn't see nothing. But but there was definitely some catcalling.
Oh, the poor girls.
Yeah. No, because they're actresses. Like they're supposed to do that. And besides, that's what you wanted when you were those kinds of dancers at this kind of place. Like they're literally designed to dance. They're like our modern day exotic dancers.
Mm.
Yeah. So like that's what they're designed to do. They each have like their own little gimmick. They dress up a certain way. And so we go anyway, we walk in, we buy our merch. There's some food and stuff. Monkey got a pretzel. Mother deer got, a pretzel and hummus. We all got waters and everything. And we still have 30 minutes before we're allowed to go in. And then it's another 30 minutes before the show actually starts. But we are because we got last minute tickets, we are in the far back, like last row. But we were also at the very top, and the way the theater is constructed, I'd argue we have one of the best seats.
Wow. That's good to hear.
Yeah. Because you could hear everything, like we were right beside the crew for
Jesus,
stage
can
lights
you
and everything.
chill? Sorry, not
No.
you. The ghost is... Oh, just one interaction after another.
Yes. Go, Ghosty. You got this. And like they have like an elephant to the side because in the Moulin Rouge, our lead girl Satine, her dressing room is in an elephant, like a building constructed like the elephant.
Yeah.
And then there's a windmill because the Moulin Rouge in French is Red Mill, which is an actual place. You can actually go there. They don't do it the exact same way it used to be in like 1890s when this place, like this musical takes place. But still they do have like some elements of that. With, big feathered hats and all. And then of course they had the big stage. And these actors were amazing. Like the whole story is basically we have Satine, our courtesan. She is like the best actress in the Moulin Rouge, who's run by Harold Zidler. And unfortunately, and this is a real thing that actually happened to the Moulin Rouge, it was going bankrupt because money problems. I mean, you can't, like, it takes a lot of money to look that cheap, you know?
Mm-hmm.
It's like, like most people don't know it, but like drag queens, they spend a lot of money to look as good as they look.
Oh yeah.
That's always been a thing. Like if you want to look like exaggerated and go that extra mile to accentuate stuff, it's gonna cost a pretty penny. And Paris at that time was not very rich, so Zidler is basically going up to this Duke de Monroth. He's not really sleazy, but he is definitely, greedy and everything. He hates poor people.
Oh.
And he's like, hey, I have this beautiful courtesan. Her name's Satine. She's beautiful. Ooh la la, you'll love her. And the guy's like, I'll see her perform. And if I like her and she performs well enough for me, publicly and privately, I'll consider, doing an investment. And so Zidler, tells Satine, is like, hey, like, I need you to, like, get this guy on our side so, we can save this place. She's like, got it. Whatever, it's fine. It's basically my job anyways. Unbeknownst to everybody, the Bohemians arrive, which are the nomadic poor people. They're called Bohemians because people used to think that the French people thought they were from Romania, and that's what they called the Romani people, were Bohemian, because Bohemia means Romania in French.
Okay, that's some good trivia knowledge.
People. I know, I did research. I've done research. it still doesn't properly go, and they basically thought that they were not really what they are, but they live under the ideals of being truthful, having freedom, loving beauty, and falling in love. It's a huge whole aspect of their culture, and they like to write stories and make art about the stuff. One of the people that's in the musical is also based off a real person who, if you look off of very famous artist pictures of the Moulin Rouge, almost all of them are made by him. I cannot pronounce his name, but it's a hyphenated name, and the first part of the hyphenated name begins with a T, and the second part of that hyphenated name begins with an L. I'm just really dumb that I can't pronounce it.
That's okay.
because I am not good at that. But Christian is American, which is weird, but it's fine. I think he's actually from Ohio. But it's fine because he's really good at making music, especially on the spot, especially about love. So the Bohemian friends are like, hey, work with us, get the Moulin Rouge to produce one of our shows that we're gonna call Spectacular, but for the musical they're calling it Bohemian Rhapsody because ha funny joke.
Yeah.
And he's like, sure, I'm in, like I got nothing else to do. So like, great. And so he sees Satine and falls in love. The Duke sees Satine and falls in love. And Zidler's like, Satine, you gotta impress the Duke. And he's looking at the Duke, and then Satine's looking at Kristen, and she's like, he doesn't look like a Duke. And it's like, my dear, he's rich. He'll look at whatever he wants. Not realizing that Satine is not actually looking at the Duke, but it's fine because miscommunication is our friend in this for right now.
Got the shit scared out of me by the ghost. I thought the ghost was hunting.
Ooh, you better not be hunting. You insane yet?
No, my sanity's still really high. That's why I was like so confused. But it was also like right behind me, and the front door shut. So I assumed it was. Oh my god.
But yeah, like these actors are doing really good. But I also need to mention that Satine is sick. She's got something that they call consumption, which at the time is what we now know today as tuberculosis.
Mm-hmm.
It's basically confirmed that it is tuberculosis by the creator of the story of Moulin Rouge. It was such huge headcanon that somebody ended up asking the creator, and he's like, yeah, that's kind of what I was going for. So at like 1890, they didn't have medicine and stuff. So, and of tuberculosis, this is also a thing that I looked up and is, an actual known thing. 25% of people who catch TB, because of the medical research that we knew, only 25% survived. Which is how we got cowboy hats. But yeah, so she's really sick. She's like, okay, well, I gotta, save the Moulin Rouge because this is where my family is. So she goes to Christian. She's like, so I'm gonna, suck up to you. So you fall in love with me and give me money. And he's like, right, I'm gonna suck up to you so you can hear my music and support the Bohemian ideals. And I'm also really in love with you because you're really high. So, they go up to, she's like, let's take it up to, my place. And he's like, okay, because he's a guy. Yeah, I think he's like 19, maybe 20. So like, he's a guy. And so, she's up and she's like, how do you want to do this? And he's like, I want to do it standing. And, miscommunication's our friend because she thinks it's one thing and he knows it's completely different. And so she's like, okay, begin. And so he starts singing. She's like, why are you singing to me? Like, dude, what? Okay. You know what? Fine, I'll go along. And then, he's done singing and she's like, that was beautiful. Part two. And before, they do anything more than kiss, Zidler and the Duke are coming in and showing up. And she's like, you're not the Duke? And he's like, no, I got like a nickel. Like, I'm poor. And the other Bohemians, which were hiding on the balcony watching this whole thing, also pop in. They're like, we're here too. And she's like, none of you guys can be here. None of you can be here. You need to get out before Zidler and the Duke find out. It's too late. They come in, and she's in a compromised position with Christian, and he's like, "What's going on?" And they very quickly go, "We are practicing for a show we want to pitch you." And he's like, "Oh, is that so?" She's like, "Yes, totally, 100%."
I think the ghost is down here.
Hey, Lunar. Mother dear says good night.
Oh, good night.
So yeah, so he's like, well, what's in this play, like that you're doing? She's like, well, there's a courtesan, which haha, funny joke, she's a courtesan. She's gonna be playing a courtesan, whatever. And she is working basically under this like gangster who has a lot of money. Cue parallel to the Duke. And there's this sitar player / sailor, depending on which, if you're watching the movie or the music, who shows up and falls in love, and they're in love and everything. But of course, she's promised to the Duke and everything. And, surprise, surprise, her character is also sick, which, haha, funny irony parallel. And so they're like, yeah, and basically what'll happen is like betrayal and tension and music and dancing and intimacy and this and that, and it's gonna be everything and nothing and beautiful. And he's like, the Duke's like, okay, yeah, I'll support it. Let me sign things up. So they go and they kick the Bohemians out, and the Duke decides to have his finally have his private cess with Satine, and is like, let me explain myself. I'm very rich, I'm very powerful, and I really think you're hot. She's like, I can work with those things. So after that, the Duke goes to Zidler and is like, I'm willing to endorse your little thing, but I own the Moulin Rouge, I own you, I own Satine, I own the whole production. And again, the Moulin Rouge is like really, really poor right now, like on the verge of bankruptcy, so they have no choice but to say, yes, of course, whatever you want.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, back with our Bohemians, Christian's like, oh, I'm a lovesick puppy. And his friend's like, oh yeah, I used to know Satine when she was on the streets. She's been doing this her whole life. She's never gonna change for you. But I see that you truly love her. So go get him, Tiger. And he's like, really? You think that's a good idea? And he's like, that's a brilliant idea because we follow our ideals. And I think that, like, obviously you're not going to be her main squeeze in public, but I see you're never going to give up on her. He's like, you're right, I won't. So he goes over to her and he sneaks back in. And he's like, I'm back. And she's like, get out of here. You're not supposed to be up here. And he's like, but I love you. And she's like, don't do this. And he's like, well, just give me a chance. And she's like, no, Because every guy goes, give me a chance. I give them what they want for a night, and then they leave me. And I don't want you to be one of those people. He's like, I don't care. Like, you can have the dude. It's fine. I want to be your lover, though. Just, like, give me your heart. He can have everything else. I just want your love. Which is, like, really sweet and, like, really shows that he'll do anything for her. But at the same time, is not the best, start for a relationship.
No.
Having to be in hiding and everything.
Yeah.
But, we have this huge old, I'll always love you kind of thing. And they decide, we'll be together. Skip ahead to, then we have an intermission, which was really good. We had 15 minutes, so it's just enough time to go through a long freaking line to the bathroom, in which I hear 5 different conversations talking about it, where I can tell for a fact only half the people who came to this musical know what's going on when they first showed up. Which also kind of irked me, because the thing with Moulin Rouge is the movie was a jukebox musical movie. It had David Bowie's Nature Boy. It had Lady Marmalade, which is a very scandalous song at the time. It had, Elton John's Your Song, and a bunch of other songs. It only had one original song called Come What May, which is the Satine Christian love song. Everything else comes from other things, and Elton John and David Bowie were really the people that helped push to make sure all the songs that the creator wanted got to be in there. And so the Broadway musical kind of takes from that. It does different music for a good portion of them. And so they have, I counted, 81 pop songs or modern songs. Things from 80s all the way to now. We had Firework by Katy Perry, Rolling in the Deep by Adele. We had Diamonds Are a Girl's Best Friend by Marilyn Monroe. We had stuff from everything. But there are people that when it hits to a song and they recognize the song, they start laughing, and it upset me. Did none of you ever think about what a jukebox musical was? Clearly they didn't, but oh well. It only upset me a decent amount, but I got over it.
Fair enough. I can see why that. I can see why that upsets you. It's
fine, because I kind of got back at them, because when I'll get to it in a minute, but when certain things happen, I full on wow, I was fanning myself, swooning. I was full, if I had any lower standards, I would have wolf whistled. But we come back. It's been 2 months since they confessed their loves. Production for the show was full swing. Satine goes on dates with the Duke. It's I'll be your thing, whatever you want me to be. They're practicing, they're putting on the show, and then during rehearsals, she and Christian are kind of sneaking kisses and everything. He's wanting to get more and more attention. He's come hang out with me tonight. She's like, I can't. I got the Duke and everything. And a bunch of other people are making these romantic connections as well, but none of them are the main characters, so I don't care. Enter one of the best mashup songs. It's called Backstage Romance. It's got Bad Romance by Lady Gaga, Toxic by Britney Spears, and Sweet Dreams Are Made by Dave.
That's
and
quite the
oh, and it's got a little bit of Seven Nation Army in there.
Wow. Whoa! You have a big forehead. Holy cow. Sorry. Wow, that was
No, you're good.
a EMF 5.
But yeah, it's getting to the point where she's kind of doing it, and they're practicing for everything, and Zidler is playing the gangster and everything because haha, why not? And he's like, "What? Where's my prop razor and everything?" And they're like, "Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it." But Christian is obviously playing the sitar slash sailor player that's like really poor and everything, and of course Satine's playing Maria the courtesan. And he has like a prop on church of like, why does he get a prop and I don't? Whatever. And but like the Duke is watching everything, and he's like, you know, why is she only wearing one costume? Like, I want to see her sparkle. And then, our bohemians are like, but she's poor and dying. She doesn't have the money. She is not supposed to be anything more than this. Like, and then he's like, well, I don't see why she didn't choose the Duke and everything. Like, you're like the gangster, whatever. And it's like, you're not portraying to the ideals of the Bohemians. And it's like, I want you to remember who's actually funding this stuff. And so they kind of had to bend a little bit. So that's going on and everything. And and then he looks at Satine and is like, I have plans for you. Like, you and I are going on a date later. And so she doesn't really have a choice in everything. But she goes to sneak out to see the Christian and the other Bohemian, and her Bohemian friend, she was little, like, girl, you gotta stop this. Either stop being with the Duke, or stop leading my boy Christian on. Like, I know I put you guys together, but this is hurting him, and I can't stand by. You like bro code. You can't be doing this to my bro, man. You're hurting him, and he can't do this for much longer. You need to get your act together and either tell like the Duke to go away or break it off with Christian because he cannot keep doing it.
Good bro, good bro. Okay.
And then like he kind of realizes that she's sick, whatever. But he doesn't really have time to like act on it. Get some freaking help, go to a hospital. Because Christian shows up. He's like, I can't believe the Duke is like treating me like this. It's just until we put the stuff on and get a lot of money, and then you and I can run away together. He's like, yes, but I want you to like assure that you're it for me. So he comes up with the song for them to realize, and whenever it's played during their production, she'll know of his feelings, his true feelings for her. And that's where the Come What May song is, the ultimate love between Christian and Satine. And they spend the night together. And then we cut to, her hanging out with the Duke and everything. He's like, oh, meet my, like, rich friends. And, like, you couldn't wear something a little more sparkly and, rich looking? And she's like, this is, like, the best outfit I have. I'm trying. He's like, well, I feel like I can have everything from you except, like, your love and your heart. So I bought you this house. I bought you maid, bought you butlers. You have a personal chef. And I even bought you a whole classy ass wardrobe. I want you to quit the Moulin Rouge and be my main chick for, like, basically be my wife. Like, I won't marry you or anything, but like you will be living in this gilded cage and being mine forever and ever. And she's like, but my family is the Moulin Rouge and the show. He's like, you can be in the opening of the show because you put so much into it. But after that, we'll shove somebody else in the role, and you'll just be my eye candy for the rest of your life. And she doesn't really get a choice in this because again, he owns her. Hence, they're practicing for the day. Ridiculous getup that he forced her in, which you can tell she's uncomfortable with. But Christian, being a hormonal boy, does not realize how uncomfortable. So when she shows up in this thing, he's like, "What the fuck are you wearing? Like, why are you wearing this?" It's kind of, how do you say, gross because it looks like he owns you, and she kind of does. And then the dude's like, I'm getting really tired of your input. And I still can't see why she doesn't end up with the gangster. And Christian's just kind of at his done point because he's so tired of sharing her. Because again, relationships like that where you're hiding so much, like, you're not supposed to really hide a relationship, in my opinion. And that's clearly what's getting to him. He's tired of hiding it. So he makes a dumb boy move and goes, because she's not in love with you. I mean him. She's not in love with the gangster. Which then, truly, blows open the whole fact that Christian is in love with her. And Satine might have feelings. And so he's like, well, again, I own everything here right now. So she's gonna end up with the gangster. Because what I say goes, and I'm a jerk. Otherwise, I'm pulling everything out. So Satine is very upset at Christian. I was like, you just nearly cost us our entire jobs. I now have to go kiss his butt and make sure he accepts us again. Because you just ruined everything. And the Bohemians, kind of take a and Zidler and the others realize, she's dying of tuberculosis as well. So the only person at this point who don't know is the Duke and Christian, which really doesn't bode well for how this story's going. And they're like, don't worry, we'll deal with Christian, make sure that he knows not to go near you anymore. So she goes to kiss up, and he is having this little pity party. He's like, I can't think of anything but her. They're like, we got just the drug for you. Have you ever tried abstinent? Which is it's like their LSD of the time. Like their magic mushrooms. Like it'll make you forget everything, and you'll have like visions, and you'll see like a green fairy, and she's hot. Cue Chandelier by Sia. And he downs this thing, and it's a really cool effect because they turn off all the lights, so you can barely see what's going on, and the most prominent thing is this drug, and it's a very toxic green, and so you can see him down each one. He does like 15 in that one song.
Holy cow.
Like, boy, like, man was going at it, but at the same time, I don't blame him. And they're like, well, while we're doing this, let's talk about, a story between a man and a courtesan. Kind of reminds us of this. Cute, like, my favorite scene, like, favorite song, whatever, in the movie and the musical for two totally different reasons. The musical, it's sung by Ian McGregor, Obi-Wan Kenobi.
What?
It's called Go to Roxanne. Yeah, Obi-Wan Kenobi played Christian in the movie.
Huh. Like the actor of Obi-Wan Kenobi, or?
Yes.
Ah, okay.
Like, prequels Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Yeah.
But Tango to Roxanne, which is like full on beautiful. I got Monkey singing it and everything. Like, he is pouring his heart out. He's like, my heart cries for you. This, that, and everything. Like, oh my goodness, I love you. I can't believe. I can't be with, like, you can leave me, but don't lie to me. I love you. Like, and he is pulling his all out, like, belting his entire feelings. I almost cried. And that was where I was full on fanning myself, because, like, you could feel the feelings in there. And I was like, if she don't want you, I'll take you, man. Like, he was putting his all. And I was very much moved, and I'm so sad. But eventually he kind of sneaks out of the party, and he decides he's going to go confront Satine and get her to run away with him tonight. And they'll be together today, forever. And unfortunately, when Satine went to the Duke, she found out that the Duke had been told about everything. So he knows all about Satine and Christian being together.
Who told the Duke?
And goes, An informant. It's
Oh.
not really important.
Okay.
Which Satine had been warned, and that's why she was keeping it quiet. Because the Duke is so powerful. The last time he had a woman who crossed him, her lover ended up in a river, mutilated, and acid was conveniently splashed in her eyes to where she was never beautiful ever again.
Hmm.
Yeah. So he's like, if you want him to stay alive, end it right now. Break his heart. You're an actress. You're good at that. So he's come drunk off his ass. Finally, getting a little bit sober from the drugs. And he's like, run away from me with me. And then he sees the Duke. He's like, I'll take her from you. Like, I don't care. And he's like, by all means. Because he's very smug about this. And he's like, Satine, come on, let's go. And she goes, I'm not going with you. I'm staying with the Duke. He's like, but I love you. She's like, that's great and all, but you mean absolutely nothing to me.
Holy
I
cow.
feel nothing for you. You're nothing. Like, take that stake and just drive it multiple times, ripped his heart out, spit on it, ground it with her stiletto heel, and just walked away into the arms of the Duke.
Jeez.
And the Duke's like, that meme is like, there's the door. There's the door. Where that person like just doesn't quite get it. The Duke very much went, there's the door. And so, Christian kind of goes and sulks and everything. And Satine's like, I need to go get ready for the performance. When that Duke was like congratulating, she's done. She's done with men and her testosterone measuring contest. She's done. And she's not feeling well. Like she's not doing well. And Sizzler's like, after this, you are going to the goddamn hospital, woman. I don't care if I have to drag you there myself. She's like, it's fine, but I want to get this performance done. Like, fine. But you're going to the damn hospital. She's like, deal. I don't care anymore. I've already, hurt my heart hurting somebody else's. And Christian is, fully broken. He goes, and, he has a prop gun for his show because he fake kills Satine's character in the Bohemian play. And he buys bullets. And he loads that prop gun with actual bullets.
Oh.
Enter a full-on song about both of them crying their hearts out about breaking each other's hearts. And how they're gonna wish they never met each other. Because at the end of this, it's gonna be really sad. Because she's dying, and he is planning on killing himself, and neither one of them know. So it comes to the play. And, they're doing that last line, everything, and she's, so short of breath. She's, on the verge of passing out. And Ziddler's, right there going, basically supporting her physically for a lot of it. And it's like, are you sure you're gonna be okay? She's like, yeah, go. Your character's leaving now. Go. And then Christian's character comes on, and they, say back and forth, and, he's putting everything in because, the quote that his character says is, I am walking through the town, and I see him with you everywhere I look in the streets and stuff, which he, full on gets now. And he pulls the gun on, and then he turns it on himself and tells her, Satine, to look at him. And she's like, oh, and sings their little love song. And they reconnect, and they decide to love each other forever. And then, the curtain's closing on the play, and she collapses. Tells him to tell their love story, and promptly dies.
Oh.
She's dead. She died.
What a plot twist. Holy. I mean, not really plot twist, but wow.
Yeah, no, it's great. Because in the movie, it, reminds you every 5 minutes that she's gonna die. So it doesn't hurt. But in the musical, they keep that shit under lock and key. And again, I told you, Monkey's with us.
Mm-hmm.
When we were first listening to the thing, I told her, Satine's gonna die. She kind of forgot. So I have Monkey bawling her eyes out. I have Mom basically bawling her eyes out. I'm barely shedding a tear because one, I'm desensitized because of how often I like listen to it, and two, I'm in public. I don't cry in public.
Okay, valid.
And there's a really tall guy in front of me who seems to be on a date with this girl. I see his shoulders shaking, racking with silent sobs. Like there was not a dry eye in that theater. And then it goes, days pass, then weeks pass, then months. And then finally Christian starts writing again. A love song. Their love songs. And he tells their story.
Aww.
And that's where they leave it. And then, because, they don't want to send a bunch of people bawling their eyes in a car, they end it with like an encore where a bunch of the guys dress up like what the girls did at the beginning with the can-can dance, and they dance their own can-can dance. And they do a huge bow, and they're like making everybody laugh and do call and response, so everybody's happy again at the end of that. But walking out, you can hear how a lot of people are emotionally destroyed because again, they forgot to find out what Moulin Rouge is about. But now Monkey's stuck with the musical bug like I am, and now she wants to go see another live production. Man, that set was great. I don't recommend it if you're
Photosensitive with epilepsy and whatnot.
Yeah, because there's a lot of flashing lights and because it's supposed to be like a very extra production. It's very extra. But the story is very, very beautiful. And I think the music is really, really good. I'm still listening to music on repeat. I've been listening to the music on repeat for over a month now. And seeing the musical last week did not help. In fact, it kind of made it worse. But those actors were really, really good. And I'm now stuck writing a story basically about the same thing.
Oh, Lord.
So many tears. I'm gonna make so many people cry. Because I told one of my friends about it. I was like, hey, I might make this. And they're like, I'll read it. But if you make me cry, I'm gonna stop being your friend. So I guess I'm gonna have to lose a friend after this.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Well, I'm going to go ahead and end off stream here, because there is a certain something I still need to do. But,
Yikes. Wouldn't be me.
Bench, thank you for joining me. I appreciate the wonderful rant about, Moulin Rouge?
Moulin Rouge?
Moulin Rouge, damn
Rouge?
it. I was close. I was close.
You were close. It's French. I don't expect you to get it.
But y'all have a wonderful night, and I shall see y'all again next time. Bye.
Bye.